In Pittsburgh's quiet suburbs, the mysterious disappearance of Patricia Kopta over 30 years ago left her family and community searching for answers. Declared legally dead, the case remained a profound enigma until a startling discovery in Puerto Rico offered a resolution no one expected. This is the unbelievable story of Patricia Kopta's return, a journey spanning decades and emotions, challenging the very notions of loss and closure. Patricia Kopta's story is not just a tale of disappearance, but a vivid narrative of transformation and unresolved mystery. Known affectionately as the Sparrow for her delicate frame, Patricia's early life in the bustling suburbs of Pittsburgh was marked by conventional aspirations and achievements. She was a bright student, excelling academically with straight A's, a testament to her intellect and determination. Her passion extended to the arts, where she shone as a model and dance instructor, captivating those around her with her grace and vitality. But beneath the surface of this seemingly idyllic existence, a storm was brewing. After graduating from high school, Patricia embarked on a career in finance at a prominent Pittsburgh plate glass company. It was here, amidst the corporate grind, that she found an outlet in ballroom dancing, a weekly ritual that offered a brief respite from the pressures of her job. Yet, even as she pursued these interests, Patricia felt an inexorable pull towards the oceanic tranquility of Puerto Rico, a place she frequently visited with friends, basking in the warmth and freedom it offered. Her life took a dramatic turn when, after a decade at the glass company, Patricia resigned, citing migraines that doctors attributed to stress. Seeking a change, she found work as an elevator operator at the Art Institute of Pittsburgh, a job that seemed unremarkable until it became the backdrop for a profound transformation. Family members recall a pivotal moment when Patricia claimed to have seen an angel, an experience that would steer her life in a radically new direction. Embracing her newfound calling, Patricia began to preach, her messages filled with apocalyptic warnings and spiritual exhortations. This phase of her life was met with concern and consternation from her family, who watched helplessly as Patricia drifted further into her own world. Her preaching became a regular sight in Pittsburgh's parking lots and busy roads, where she would speak to anyone who would listen about the end of the world. Despite a brief period of institutionalization where doctors diagnosed her with delusions of grandeur and suggested signs of schizophrenia, Patricia remained undeterred. Upon her release, she continued her street preaching with renewed fervor until, in 1992, she vanished without a trace. Bob Kopta, her husband of 20 years, remembers the day he returned home to find Patricia gone. The disappearance of the Sparrow left a gaping hole in the lives of those who knew her, transforming her from a local fixture to a haunting enigma. The search for Patricia spanned years, with police resorting to psychics and Bob publishing ads in Puerto Rican newspapers, clinging to the slender hope of finding her. Patricia's story is a poignant exploration of the human psyche, of a woman caught between the ordinary and the extraordinary, whose life took a path as mysterious as her disappearance. As we delve deeper into the circumstances that led to her vanishing, we confront not only the complexities of Patricia's character, but also the profound impact of her absence on those left behind. For over 30 years, the disappearance of Patricia Kopta engulfed her family and the Pittsburgh community in a pervasive silence, punctuated only by the echoes of her absence. This period of uncertainty unfolded against the backdrop of a world that continued to move forward, while those closest to Patricia remained suspended in a timeless void of questions and what-ifs. Bob Kopta, her husband, found himself navigating a life irrevocably altered by loss. The man who had shared 2 decades of marriage with Patricia was left to grapple with a reality in which the woman he loved had seemingly vanished into thin air. In his quest for closure, Bob took to the media, issuing heartfelt pleas and publishing ads in Puerto Rican newspapers, a nod to Patricia's love for the island. Despite these efforts, each lead fizzled into despair, leaving a trail of unanswered questions. The Kopta family, particularly Patricia's sister Gloria Smith, faced their own torments. Holidays, birthdays, and family gatherings were underscored by Patricia's absence, a silent seat at the table that no passage of time could fill. Gloria, along with the rest of the family, was thrust into a relentless cycle of hope and heartbreak as every potential sighting or lead ended in disappointment. In Ross Township and beyond, Patricia's story became a local legend of sorts. Residents who had once encountered the Sparrow preaching on street corners could not forget the intensity of her conviction nor the mystery of her sudden disappearance. Over the years, Patricia's name would resurface in conversations, a symbol of unresolved tragedy, her apocalyptic warnings a haunting reminder of a life interrupted. As the years stretched into decades, law enforcement faced their own set of challenges. The initial fervor of the investigation gave way to the realities of a cold case. Detectives retired, files gathered dust, and Patricia's case became one of many unsolved mysteries, a frustrating testament to the limitations of pre-digital age policing. Despite these obstacles, the Ross Township Police Department maintained a file on Patricia, a promise to a missing woman that she would not be forgotten. Amidst the years of silence, the specter of Patricia's case loomed as a poignant reminder of the fragility of existence and the profound impact one individual can have on a community. The collective longing for answers, for any shred of evidence to illuminate Patricia's fate, became a shared burden, a communal wound that refused to heal. It was within this landscape of faded memories and dwindling hope that an unexpected breakthrough emerged, a flicker of light in the long darkness. The resolution of Patricia Kopta's disappearance would come not with a grand revelation, but through the quiet dedication of those who refused to let her story fade into obscurity. As we reflect on the years of silence that shrouded Patricia's disappearance, we are reminded of the enduring nature of hope, the resilience of those who continue to search against the odds, and the indelible mark left by those who vanish. The journey to uncover the truth about Patricia Kopta would test the bounds of persistence and faith, ultimately revealing the unexpected ways in which mysteries can unravel, bridging decades and distance to bring answers to those who wait in the shadow of uncertainty. In an unassuming nursing home nestled within the verdant landscape of Puerto Rico, a series of fragmented recollections from a resident began to coalesce into a narrative that would bridge the divide between decades and destinies. This resident, whose memories ebbed and flowed with the tides of her dementia, was none other than Patricia Kopta, the woman whose disappearance had cast a long shadow over Pittsburgh and left a family clinging to the vestiges of hope. The path to Patricia's discovery was as serendipitous as it was poignant. As her dementia progressed, Patricia's guarded past gradually surfaced through disjointed stories and fleeting comments. It was a diligent social worker, attuned to the nuances of Patricia's disjointed reminiscences, who sensed the significance buried within her fragmented disclosures. This social worker, driven by a commitment to uncovering the truth, reached out to authorities back in Pennsylvania, igniting the first spark of hope in a case long consigned to the cold case files. The process of confirming Patricia's identity was meticulous and fraught with the anticipation of decades-long questions potentially being answered. A DNA test, a marvel of modern forensic science, became the linchpin in validating the identity of the woman who had vanished so many years ago. When the results confirmed that the elderly woman living in Puerto Rico was indeed Patricia Kopta, the news reverberated like a thunderclap through her hometown and among those who had never relinquished their search for her. The revelation that Patricia was alive sent a complex wave of emotions crashing over her loved ones and the broader Ross Township community. For her husband, Bob Kopta, the news was a surreal resolution to a saga that had spanned the better part of his adult life. Gloria Smith, Patricia's sister, grappled with a maelstrom of relief, disbelief, and lingering sorrow, a cocktail of feelings that mirrored the tumultuous journey of Patricia's disappearance and rediscovery. Patricia's story, once shrouded in the mysteries of her sudden departure, now took on new dimensions. Her life in Puerto Rico, meandering through towns and ultimately finding refuge in a care facility, suggested a narrative far removed from the fears and speculations that had fueled years of search efforts and investigations. Patricia, who had once roamed the streets of Pittsburgh with prophetic fervor, had traversed not just geographical distances but had journeyed through the vast, uncharted terrains of the human psyche. This discovery not only challenged the assumptions and dead ends that had stymied the search for Patricia, but also underscored the profound unpredictability of life. Her survival in a place she had once loved, albeit under circumstances far removed from her previous existence, offered a poignant reflection on the nature of disappearance and the indelible impact of mental health issues. As the news of Patricia's found status rippled outward, it prompted a reevaluation of the narratives constructed around her disappearance. The community that had mourned her loss now celebrated the miraculous nature of her survival, while law enforcement officials who had doggedly pursued leads and sifted through evidence found a measure of closure in an outcome as unexpected as it was welcome. The discovery of Patricia Kopta, alive and worlds away from where her story began, marks a pivotal chapter in a tale that intertwines tragedy with resilience, despair with hope. It is a testament to the enduring human spirit and the relentless pursuit of truth, serving as a reminder that even the longest of silences can eventually be broken, revealing answers that were sought for so many years. The aftermath of Patricia Kopta's rediscovery is a tapestry of complex emotions for her family, intricately woven with threads of relief, sorrow, and the haunting question of what might have been. Bob Kopta, once shadowed by the uncertainty of his wife's fate, now grapples with the reality of her decades-long absence and the circumstances of her life in Puerto Rico. His reflections reveal a mix of relief and residual grief, a sentiment echoed by Patricia's sister, Gloria Smith. For Gloria, the news stirred a whirlwind of emotions, from the shock of learning her sister was alive to the sorrow for the years lost and the joy of finally receiving answers to a mystery that had lingered over the family like a pervasive fog. As the narrative of Patricia's vanishing and eventual rediscovery unfolds, it touches deeply on universal themes of love, loss, and the relentless pursuit of closure. The story transcends the specifics of her disappearance, resonating with anyone who has faced the abyss of the unknown, holding out hope against the odds. The extraordinary odyssey of Patricia Kopta, spanning from her disappearance to the miraculous moment of being found, underscores the profound unpredictability of life and the enduring strength of the human spirit. Her journey highlights the critical importance of mental health awareness and the deep-seated impact of disappearance on families, serving as a poignant reminder of the need for empathy and understanding in the face of inexplicable loss. For more stories that navigate the intricate mazes of mystery, survival, and the resilience of the human spirit, we invite you to subscribe to our channel and like this video. Your engagement not only supports our work, but helps illuminate stories like Patricia's, offering insights and hope to those grappling with their own unsolved mysteries.